revival of Faze. I ain't gonna lie. Faze is making a crazy comeback. Faze is on some crazy shit now. I'm not gonna lie. I give it to Faze Banks. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. But yo, back in the day, if you a real nigga, you want to join Faze back in the day for real. I ain't gonna lie. I still want to join Faze. I ain't gonna lie. But yo, if you know, you know. What was it? 2011 from 2014. They had that Phase 5 shit. That Phase. Y'all remember that? That Phase 5? Oh my god. And they recruited the first black nigga ever in Faze. I was shocked. First time seeing a nigga in Faze. I was like, yo, shout out to Faze Knicks. I ain't gonna lie, that's a real nigga. I don't know what that nigga's doing now. Hope he's doing well. I ain't gonna lie. I used to watch his videos, and he had like a girlfriend who was French. They would do like a little couple thing. And then, yo, his sister. I am not trying to be offensive or anything. His sister was bad as fuck. Oh my god. If you know, you know. No offense,
These came from humble beginnings, just kids across America hitting trick shots and uploading them onto YouTube. But fast forward a couple years,
good
and
things
would go to the moon for Faze. Wealthy businessmen wanting to invest in Faze as they saw the potential in the brand, bringing them millions of dollars, buying them entire esports teams, and giving them the funds to progress like
look at Banks, bro. He does not want it.
Over esports.
He looks so upset. Like, he's like, what the fuck? Low-key
even the world has.
Oh my
Slowly,
god.
Faze are becoming known as one of the biggest gaming organizations in the world, and having a value of $1 billion.
That's tough.
However,
that's tough.
this didn't last long,
That's
as
tough.
not even a year after becoming a public company on the stock exchange, Faze fired their CEO, laid off 40% of their staff, and with their share price going as low as
it got that low? What the fuck? I saw it was like $1 almost.
15 cents. Faze went to an extreme low no one had ever seen before in the esports industry.
Yo, listen. To all y'all niggas watching the videos. Join the stream. Y'all see it right there. Y'all gonna see it pop up. Join the stream, nigga. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, bitch ass nigga. If you don't join, you a bitch. And I'm gonna give you $100 if you join. I'm fucking lying. Join.
It seemed like many evil businessmen working in the shadows of the corp.
Holy shit, look at how they all looked. Oh my god, look at Apex, what the fuck? Nigga, look at Tico, what the fuck? Adapt, oh my, this is crazy.
Operation had in fact taken Faze from the youth and tried squeezing every last dollar out of the company that they could. But the founders didn't give up and fought to get their Faze back, leading to a revolution so they can return to their roots, leading to changes many fans didn't want to accept. However, it was all necessary for the future of Faze. So here is the rise, fall, and rise again of Faze. Faze made its debut on YouTube on the 30th of May in 2010 after they uploaded their first video titled Faze Sniping Intro, which basically marked what Faze was going to be, a sniping Call of Duty clan.
I want to be this so bad.
As most of you will know, the term sniping has a completely different meaning. In real world combat, the sniper is usually hundreds of kilometers away, taking advantage of their high power and accuracy weapon. Whereas in Call of Duty, sniping is more sort of running around the map, being mobile as possible, trying to get up close and personal. Now, the reason this was impressive in gaming was because snipers predominantly had very low hipfire accuracy.
Is it crazy? This is the graphics how it was, but back then it felt like it was like the biggest thing ever. Like, isn't this crazy? The quality, look at the quality, bro. Back then, like, this didn't feel like it was that bad at all. Like, look at this shit. Look at this. This feels like it was crazy, but now, now, it looks insane.
Had very low hipfire accuracy, long ADS times, and little peripheral vision. Oh, and of course, you only had one bullet, whereas everyone else in the lobby was running around with fully automatic rifles and SMGs. But that wasn't all, as the most prestigious snipers would also do something called trick shotting, the art of creatively killing somebody with a sniper rifle by using several methods such as equipment cancelling, weapon switching, and silent shotting while spinning in a circle hoping to get a kill clip.
Oh my god.
Even more.
Yo, real spill, my best trick shot I ever was on Black Ops 2 Standoff. I jumped off the roof on the other if you know, you know, bro. Black Ops 2 Standoff.
impressive is that these guys were doing it all on controller, which is much more difficult than a keyboard and mouse. At this point in time, the group consisted of and was founded by 3 players: Eric Clips Rivera, Jeff Housecat Eamon, and Ben Resistance Christensen.
What happened to them?
From that point onwards, the trio would continue building their brand by firstly
Yeah, I
creating
got a question. What happened to those 3?
the Faze Ilcam series, which, as they stated themselves, was just a series that we're going to start where we show some of the sick kill cams we get in public matches. Also, all of our kill cams will be legit, so no hacks. The group would also either post full videos of flawless matches or impressive individual clips that they got. Now, what Faze were doing at this point in time wasn't necessarily innovative or original. Gaming organizations existed many years before their first
SK, what the
upload,
fuck is that?
and trick shotting was a thing since the 2005 release Call of Duty 2. But what Faze had was the swag.
What the niggas were trick shotting on that shit? What the fuck was that?
They had the cool intros,
Binoculars?
trendy montage music, the best clips, and would soon sign the best players.
Oh.
Things would really start taking off for Faze after their first 2 signings, Temper and Fakey.
Fakey. Oh my god. What y'all niggas know about Fakey?
Production video sits at a whopping 1.6 million views.
Oh my
with
god.
Fakey's also having an astonishing 2.6 million.
I
which
remember
compares
this
to other
years
members'
ago.
introduction videos, which sit at a mere 50k. It was clear these 2 were the big dogs that were going to elevate Faze's popularity. 11 months forward from their first upload in the April of 2011, Faze Clan would reach their first big milestone as they hit 100,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. Now, back in the day, this was an impressive milestone, especially as back in 2011, the gaming world was significantly smaller and just social media in general was much more niche. It's not like in 2024 we have streamers constantly clear farming all these short form content pages or brain rot kids Roblox channels pumping out videos every.
Let me have a Grimace Shakes with Skibbity in Ohio. There's no way this is the new thing. There's no way the new generation's talking like this, bro. Are we that old? What does this mean? Let's have a Grimace Shake with Skibbity, come on, bro. This has to stop, bro. We gotta grab the youth, bro.
Every day. Anyways, the majority of Faze's success was coming from Temper and Fakey, as their videos were always the highest viewed. Temper would upload a setup tour on the channel which amassed over 1 million views, which really was nothing compared
old
to
Xbox dashboard. Oh my god.
On the channel which amassed.
Look at the Xbox 360 dashboard. Oh my fucking god. Look at the old ass PC setup. Oh my god.
Over 1
Only
million
goats
views,
know.
which really was nothing
feel me?
compared to
Y'all
his
see
how
that?
to temper shot tutorial, sitting on over 6 million views in the current day, in which he taught his viewers how to replicate his own signature trick shot. But Faze kept growing. It seemed like every week they kept on signing more and more players to fulfill their dreams of being the most recognized Call of Duty sniping clan, which they would soon achieve, as just a month before the release of Black Ops 2 in the November of 2012, Faze Clan would hit the gigantic 1 million
I remember this video, bro.
milestone. Now,
I remember this video vividly.
Faze Clan would hit the gigantic 1 million subscriber milestone.
Let me get around the mill. Yo, I remember this 1 million on Faze. I remember where I was at, bro. I was in my house, laying down on my bed. I don't know if I was watching. I don't know what device I was watching it off of. Was I watching it off a laptop, or was I watching it off a phone? Android something. I vividly remember this, bro. You don't understand how I vividly remember the million. I'm like, wow, they're doing it. I've never seen a gaming channel that time go crazy, but yo, crazy.
Now, the release of Black Ops 2 was important for Faze, as it was at this point in time when
Black
they would
Ops
solidify
2.
themselves as the biggest gaming organization. For example, Faze Pamaj would upload the first Black Ops 2 sniping montage, which now sits on 7.8 million.
Yo, am I tweaking, or was Pamaj in every single clan? Because I kept seeing him join Optic Faze, something else. Was it Soar? And then Optic and then Faze, Optic Faze, like, what the fuck?
Views.
But he's tough though, he's tough.
Up with Faze Apex hitting the first Black Ops 2 trick shot.
Yo, that's where I hit my trick shot. That's where I hit my trick shot.
Views,
oh my god.
Then be followed up.
This is where I hit my trick shot. Same place, but you know what I did? I insta spin. I fake switch, came back in, boom, and then had the what's the shit in my hand? I forgot. The shock blade. I don't remember. Some shit like that. Oh my god, I remember this.
With Faze Apex,
If you know, you know.
the first Black Ops 2 trick shot kill cam. Simply, no one could replicate what Faze was doing or the numbers that they were pulling. They were slowly but surely taking over the gaming
Look
scene.
at the maps.
But to really cement themselves as a brand, they began expanding beyond just posting clips and montages online. They launched their own merch store, started linking up in real life and recording vlogs. For example, the MLG Anaheim event in 2013, where around a dozen of the Faze members linked up, wearing their Faze Clan jerseys, with fans constantly coming up to them, asking for pictures and signatures. At this point, Faze was no longer just an internet clan. They had impact on real people's lives.
Look at the hairstyles
Faze
back
saw
then.
that this lifestyle content was extremely beneficial, as it allowed their viewers to see them more as than just the guys behind the screen.
Look how young they look, bro. Now they're fucking millionaires. Someone make me a millionaire, please. I have to do something. Oh my god.
Trick shots. These were real life people with personalities. So to continue building their brand outside of Call of Duty, CEO Thomas Temper Oliveira and COO Richard Banks Bankston created the first Faze House in 2014. Richard Banks.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Tico.
Bankston.
This is a crazy ass V-neck. Damn, nigga. That is a deep. I've never seen, like, V-necks are like a little bit like right here. That is a deep ass V-neck. Damn.
Created the first Faze House in 2014 in Plainview, New York, where they could incorporate lifestyle content with their gaming content. This house consisted of the members Faze Apex, Rain, Blaziken, Adapt, Tico, Banks, and Temper, who said himself that the house changed everything for them. Temper said, "Everyone made videos each day, every single day. We were creating content all together, helping everyone out. One of the best ways you can grow your brand online is to collaborate with people so you can share your ideas and share your viewers." The lifestyle content was really what allowed Faze to grow as a brand, simply because on camera, these guys were
Oh my god, look at Jev. Look at this old ass fucking video. Oh my, I remember this shit. What the fuck? I ain't gonna, this is memory lane. What the fuck?
It's like any other young guy.
Wasn't that like not like the first time Jev left his house like to collab on like a YouTube thing? That
inside
I remember
Call
that.
of Duty all day. Apart from the fact that these guys had the status, the sponsors,
oh my god, look at Rain's house.
Cool cars.
His
they were
room.
living every young guy's dream, with them even being given the title the rock stars of gaming. However, the issue was Faze was run by literal kids, and I quote, an organization with no organization. So think about it, right now these kids are basically freestyling one of the biggest gaming clans on the internet. So just imagine how far they can take this establishment with proper planning and investments. Well, enter Hubrik, a social media platform run by Norwegian entrepreneur Sebastian Gertz. In 2015, Gertz wanted to get involved in the gaming space as he saw potential in the scene due to the quick growth. Gertz was advised to reach out to two particular personalities. One was Chris Puckett, a notable esports commentator. The other was Faze Temper. Gertz would personally fly out Temper to Norway so they can discuss the future of Faze, where Temper said that they quickly formed a strong bond and added that Gertz is one of the hungriest people he had ever met, making the future of Faze very promising. After meeting Temper,
I'm hungry.
It seemed like Gertz saw the movement Faze Clan were creating, which convinced him to invest. Hubrik helped Faze organize its network and gave it the resources it needed to both recruit top esports players and assist the growth of its vlog channels. Among other investments, Gertz and his partners provided the capital Faze needed to expand beyond just Call of Duty to become an established gaming organization. This led to them buying the most expensive Counter-Strike team in the world, which it put together by acquiring the lineup of esports collective G2 for a reported $700,000, where they got a quick return on their investment. As shortly after being signed, the team achieved its first piece of silverware after winning the 2017 E-League CSGO Premier alongside a $500,000 reward price. Alongside giving them investment funds,
$500?
$500,000 reward price. Alongside giving them investment funds, Hubrik also brought professional management to oversee the newly structured Faze organization. Lee Trink, the former president of Virgin Records America, would be assigned as the new CEO of Faze, with him previously working with major music stars like Katy Perry, Kid Rock, and 30 Seconds to Mars. But really, this was just a beginning. I mean, this is 2015. Gaming was nowhere near the size that it is today. As Lee Trink stated himself after joining Faze in 2015, "We've only just scratched the surface. The buzz around esports is disproportionately large compared to the money. I think we're in the first inning of esports as an economic powerhouse in sports." To round off 2017, shortly after hitting 4 million subscribers on the main Faze Clan YouTube channel, on the 17th of December in 2016, 2017, they would announce a brand new LA Faze House, which also meant they were abandoning their previous New York.
I think this is where things started getting fucked up in the Faze House, because I remember everybody like was talking about they're depressed, like around this time, like I think that didn't not like the fucked up shit started happening, like it's like a little bit started here.
House, but it was definitely
because I remember niggas they didn't like it.
Out from their family's suburban home into a mini mansion with fountains and an elevator in LA. Fans saw this era as the peak of Faze, as from reading the comments of their announcement video, we can see people saying things such as, "This was literally the peak of YouTube. Everything was so awesome back when this video dropped. My favorite time on YouTube. I'd wait to see their new videos on all of their channels. It was so awesome."
I was watching every day.
And to realize how ahead of every other gaming organization they were, fans even left comments making fun of rival clans. Optic feels sick to their stomach watching this. To put it simple, Faze were eating good, so rather than fulfilling the cliche gamer stereotype of sitting in your mum's basement with no money, they lived it more like rappers or celebrities, which can be seen in his video Faze Rain uploaded around this period, showing off his brand new McLaren 57S with a price tag of around $190,000.
I swear he got the R8 first.
Unfortunately, as money started coming into the picture, you could say Faze began slowly losing their identity, as it was stepping further and further away from their gaming roots and becoming more lifestyle focused, which may seem contradicting to what I said previously in the video. But in the past, Faze were mostly gaming focused with a sprinkle of vlogs here and there to build a relationship with their viewers, but as their clout and money increased, it seemed like their love for gaming was no more. A member of Faze that went in this particular direction would be Faze Banks. It seemed like gaming was no longer an interest of his, so he decided to move to LA in 2017 into the clout house with fellow content creators Rice Gum and Alyssa Violet.
She was so bad. Oh god, she was so bad back then. I don't know how she looks right now. She's probably still bad, but she was bad as fuck in them vlogs. Oh god, I was watching the vlogs every day. Oh my god. Oh my god, she was so bad. I went to see her every day.
Together as a trio, forming the Clout Gang, where they pivoted into different forms of content, ranging from challenges to getting into petty beefs, if that even counts as content. With each upload, Banks was separating himself more and more from gaming, whether it be showing off his new house, spending 24 hours in an elevator with Rice Gum, or hanging out with rappers that pull up to his street. It really seemed like their interest in gaming was no more, and that could be said the same about the main Faze Clan channel. Yeah, they were still uploading Call of Duty videos, however, what was doing well was the personality content and lifestyle content. For example, when they played Call of Duty with Lil Yachty, who in that year was one of the hottest rappers out, or when they were doing random in real life videos such as mystery ping pong or lie detector tests. Now, whether you call this diversifying your content or losing the love for gaming you once had, it was clear the OGs of Faze were trying to head into a different direction. Now, as we're moving into 2018,
you know, I can't blame them. You can't be doing one thing forever, bro. That's what one thing I say about all these Faze, like these niggas who be on Twitter talking about the new Faze, blah blah. You can't play Call of Duty forever. You could sprinkle it in though, maybe once in a blue moon. But right now it's like gaming's actually fucking quilly, bro. Gaming is actually bad right now. Like it's not as it was before, where you could just sit down 12 hours. 10 hours, maybe even 24, but it's not like that, bro. It's like an hour, 40 minutes. It's not fun like that no more, unless the game is new and that shit has a life expectancy of 2 weeks, maybe a week.
Are trying to expand as an organization way too fast without carefully thinking about what they were actually doing.
You don't think so?
Which came with its costs.
Gaming's not dead?
With Fortnite slowly taking over the world at this point in time, it seemed like Faze saw this as a huge opportunity to grow, making hundreds of videos surrounding Fortnite and also signing many players.
They hawked
one of
Fortnite.
These being TFUE, with him being one of the biggest streamers during the rise of Fortnite.
I wish I streamed during this time, bro. I was so good at Fortnite. But my ass was popped straight out of high school. No PC, nothing. Just the Xbox, nigga.
Ended up becoming one of Faze's biggest controversies, as in the May of 2019, TFUE would file 2 lawsuits against Faze, alleging the company was exploiting him with an oppressive, onerous and one-sided contract that violated state law and the Talent Agency Act. He claimed his contract with Faze allowed the organization to collect up to 80% of revenue from third parties and prevented him from signing lucrative sponsorship deals. They also claimed TFUE was pressured into drinking and gambling gambling even though he was
my
under
God.
21 years old. Now, of course, this situation went insanely viral as we had the biggest Twitch
I
streamer
remember.
at the time going to war with the biggest gaming organization. This would lead to Faze Banks releasing a response video titled Dear TFUE, where Banks addressed the fact that he thought TFUE was his brother and had no idea he would do this to him.
First off, I just want to say I don't agree with what him and his team have done. I think it's complete and utter. Most of it is a complete lie, exaggerated, and it's tactical. Which
Damn.
You don't use tactics and legal strategy against friends. Because I thought before anything else, before the business, before anything like that, before egos, before views, before all that, honestly, I thought we were friends. TFUE, I called you my family.
Banks would also address that they only made $60,000 from TFUE, which was nothing compared to the money he was making from competitive earnings at YouTube and Twitch. He would also address the pressuring to drink allegations, where he would explain that TFUE can be seen multiple times in videos drinking by himself.
Turner was also pressured into drinking underage. Homie, that is so bullshit. No, and everybody who was at those parties knows it.
Steve would clap back with his
Is that
iconic
Steve?
released a contract video where he would
my God.
simply explain how
Legendary video right here. Legendary video right here.
absurd his contract was, and that Faze are ripping off many other content creators with these types of contracts.
These contracts are not okay, and this needs to never happen again.
What is
And
the
there's tons
contract?
of people in contracts this bad, just like me. And I'm the first person to stand up and say, this is not right, this is not cool, this is fucking bullshit.
However, just 3 months later,
God.
Faze fired back with a countersuit filed with the Southern District of New York. It claimed TFUE disparaged the team in violation of a clause in his agreement, stole its confidential information, and interfered with other business contracts and relationships. Faze asserted the player had earned upwards of $20 million since joining in April 2018, thanks to its unique methods of helping him create and promote content, and that it had only collected upwards of $60,000 of his deals. They also claimed that all of this was leading up to TFUE starting his own esports organization, which again was against his contract. Now, Faze Seabass would actually release a video about TFUE's contract, where he admitted that TFUE's contract wasn't the best, and that Faze had offered him a new contract multiple times, as they valued a healthy relationship with all of their members. However, even though they tried to renegotiate with him multiple times, TFUE wasn't very communicative and would sometimes simply not respond. Now, whatever the outcome of the situation would end in, it was not a great look for Faze and his potential future signees. Having so much negative publicity with your biggest star is not a great look when you're trying to grow your organization into the mainstream, especially as it was around this time Faze would open its Series A funding round, which is the name typically given to a company's first significant round of venture capital financing, basically allowing rich people to give them money. So through 2019, a whole bunch of celebrities would invest in Faze, musicians such as Pitbull, Yo Gotti, and Offset, basketball players such as Myers Leonard, Josh Hart, and Jamal Murray, or entrepreneurs such as Jimmy Levine, who is a CEO of Interscope Records, which is known as one of the big...
Oh, that's a big boy right there. That is a big boy right there. That's a player. That's a rich nigga.
biggest labels in the world.
Oh my God.
This Series A funding led to a gain of $40 million, which will support expansion, player acquisition, and operations. In 2020, Faze would continue receiving more investment as it would receive a $22.7 million loan from a private lender. By the end of 2020, FaZe Clan was announced by Forbes to be the 4th most valuable esports team in the world, with a value of $305 million and an estimated revenue of $40 million. But even with these impressive numbers, it couldn't stop the lack of satisfaction or disconnection FaZe was feeling with its viewers. For example, every signing they made it seem like it wasn't about the actual player, but the headlines they could get from it. For example, FaZe High Sky, who was signed to FaZe so he can be known as the youngest FaZe member, felt kind of pointless and almost seemed like it was just so they can appeal to a younger audience, so they can think, oh,
yo, what happened to this young boy? What happened to him? I haven't seen him in a minute. Y'all seen him in a minute? Nah. I haven't seen him in a minute, bro. I don't know young.
And this signing in general would go terribly south anyways, as FaZe High Sky would be exposed for being 12 years old, leading to his Twitch account being banned, and FaZe having more controversy as there was rumors that they made him lie about his age. It seemed like the FaZe recruits no longer meant anything, and that FaZe was signing anyone and everyone just so they can have the FaZe name plastered everywhere. The rosters were so bloated, filled with a bunch of people no one even knew or cared about. I mean, no offense to Bronny, I know he's LeBron James' son and pulled up to the Clout House a couple times, but
Ian
why is
Ross.
he signed to FaZe? Or why in the hell is Snoop Dogg a part of the
Okay,
board of
I
directors?
could get Bronny because he plays the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, understandably. But Snoop Dogg and all them other niggas did not make no sense.
For FaZe. I guess you could look at it from two ways. It was good marketing strategies or poor signings. Another problem with FaZe was the content. With their new $30 million
That was an amazing
mansion,
house.
they recorded a reveal video in which it felt less and less like FaZe and more like a reality TV show, or maybe even a Jake Paul Team 10 video. And this trend would follow all of them, as the biggest FaZe Clan members stopped really making gaming videos and instead made clickbaity real life content that would get them views.
2.1.
Now as we move
Oh
into
my God.
2021, it would be announced that FaZe Clan will be merging with special
What the
purpose
fuck is that?
acquisition company B. Riley to become a public company.
Yeah,
listed
I ain't
on
gonna lie.
Nasdaq.
Now I see it. FaZe getting tossed to this person, getting tossed to this person. There's too much
Which
niggas.
is one of the three
too
most
much
followed
hands
stock
touching that
market
shit.
indices in the United States. The initial valuation of FaZe after this merge
1
would be a
billion?
staggering $1 billion. As part of this merge, FaZe would receive $291 million from B. Riley and will be renamed to FaZe Holdings Inc. and refocus itself as a brand for the voice of youth culture. The newly named FaZe Holdings ended up going public on the 20th of July
Wow.
2022, however with a lower than announced valuation of $725 million. But you see, going through a SPAC is seen as a controversial method, as your company isn't going public by itself, you're
Okay.
being mixed in with another company, which
Really?
almost acts as a shell so it has the foundations to go public. Which was an issue, as it meant any old businessman was given the keys to FaZe.
That's
With
crazy.
these people really having no idea what FaZe was or what they stood by, which would tarnish and dilute FaZe's image and influence, as they would mostly be concerned only about the financial side of things. Nevertheless, this was
Damn,
still
look
an
at
incredibly
Rain. He not
impressive
fucking with this
achievement,
at
and
all.
the future for FaZe seemed bright. However,
Rain was look at Rain's face. Like he is not fucking with this at all.
to be concerned only about the financial side of things. Nevertheless, this was still an incredibly impressive achievement and the future for FaZe seemed bright. However, soon after going public, the FaZe esports empire would start crumbling down. In
Oh.
2021, a handful of FaZe members would participate
Save the
in something
kids!
called a Save the Kids
Oh
token.
my God.
Nikon, Kay, Tico, and Jarvis would all put out a tweet announcing this brand new project they will be working on. Now this was of course a pump and dump, and if you didn't know what that is, it's when fraudsters typically spread false or misleading information to create a buying frenzy
I remember
that pump
this.
up the price of a stock
This is crazy
and then dump shares
controversial.
of the stock by selling their own shares at an inflated price. So basically, Risegum and these FaZe guys were promoting this, telling everyone to buy it because this is actually a charity and a percentage of the transaction fees are going to be donated to kids in need. So their plan was buy loads of these kids tokens when it's worth nothing, promote it as a charity so people buy it and the value increases, then quickly sell it all for a fast profit. But this also meant a bunch of innocent people who thought this was genuinely a good business move or a charity were going to lose out on thousands of dollars. After its launch on the 5th of June in 2021, the price of the kids token was around 0.02 USD, though the price of the token collapsed to less than half a cent and further
my
declined
God.
to price the token around 0.00138 USD at the start of July 2021. According to YouTuber CoffeeZilla, the crash of Save the Kids was caused by Jarvis selling 2/3 of his coins,
Holy
Nikon
shit.
selling 1/3 of his holdings, and Kay selling nearly his entire collection of tokens,
Holy shit.
predicted to be valued around $80,000. Now of
Damn.
course, shortly after they all sold, everyone found out it was a scam, and the only person who was perceived as innocent was FaZe Tico, which was well because he bought about $40,000 worth and didn't sell any of it, meaning he
Oh,
lost
shit.
all of his money. As all of these people apart from Risegum were FaZe Clan representatives, they had to be addressed. FaZe Clan management tweeted that they were completely unaware of the actions of its members and that it did not condone such behavior.
Yo, this is crazy
posting
era,
that
bro.
Kay had been
If you know,
expelled
you
from
know.
the group entirely, while Jarvis, Nikon, and Tico would be suspended until further notice.
Damn.
More issues would arise for FaZe around this period, as social media influencer and FaZe Banks' ex-girlfriend Alyssa Violet would sue FaZe Clan over promised shares in the company. Alyssa claimed in her lawsuit that back in 2018, she and many other FaZe members made a deal with FaZe to trade her shares of the company to shares in Hubrick Limited, which was working with FaZe to develop both businesses. Now later in that year, the partnership between FaZe and Hubrick dissolved, so Alyssa and many others sued Hubrick for fraud, which was eventually settled as she made an oral agreement with FaZe Clan to give up her claims against Hubrick in exchange for FaZe Clan common stock. But fast forward a couple years, Alyssa still hasn't received her stock that she was allegedly promised. Alyssa's lawyer would state, FaZe Clan is being sued because it specifically promised to compensate Alyssa when it asked her to relinquish her Hubrick stock and asked her to dismiss.
Y'all think she made a bag from him? Y'all think she made a bag? Alright, if I have to guess how much money she made off him, 40 mil.
Her claims against Hubrick and others.
Nah, I'm
if
tweaking.
FaZe Clan simply
10?
abided by its promise to compensate her,
I'm pocket
Alyssa
watching.
would not
Fuck
have
it,
had
I
to
don't give
sue
a fuck.
FaZe Clan. But things would continue going south for FaZe. After they became a publicly traded company and opened at around $13 per share, which would even rise to almost $25 a share on the 30th of August in 2022. However, just 5 months later, on the 26th of January 2023, the price would plummet to 75 cents per share. Now, NASDAQ rules state that any company that fails to close above the $1 mark for 30 consecutive days is issued a deficiency notice, which can trigger a delisting. Meaning, once notified, FaZe had 180 calendar days to return to compliance, meaning it must close a $1 price for 10 consecutive days. This would basically lead to FaZe going full sellout mode to try keep their company from getting delisted. Just a day after the stock price dropped to 75 cents, they would announce a shoe collaboration with Nike. They would also abandon one of the biggest esports rivalries and collaborate with Optic, and would even announce a new partnership with Porsche. In the February of 2023, FaZe Clan laid off 20% of its staff, which according to their CEO Trink was a result of the uncertainty of the economy. But in reality, it was because FaZe was trying to save themselves. Trink would continue trying to dispute the public agenda that FaZe is failing by ensuring that FaZe will focus on financial discipline.
Was this guy good for FaZe or was he bad? Because clearly right now, I don't know.
And by reporting that the revenue growth for 2022 was a 25% increase from 2021. However, these comments only had the people fooled for so long, as just within the first quarters of 2023, FaZe will report a loss of approximately $14 million. This really put everyone in FaZe Clan in full panic mode. In March, FaZe had received the official notice of delisting, giving them 180 days to get the stock price back above $1, meaning time was ticking. In April, board member Snoop Dogg was kicked alongside their longtime CEO Trink. Well, not only was FaZe literally falling apart, it was also beginning to rot from the inside, as FaZe members and social media influencers such as Mr. Beast would start exposing the truth about FaZe. First, FaZe Tico would make a video titled Dear FaZe Clan, where he would dive deep into exposing how he was treated very poorly as a 12-year member of FaZe Clan and in general how the organization has fallen.
In a way, FaZe is bigger than it ever was, but it's also smaller than it ever was. All of these collabs that we were doing with really, really big brands, you know what it is to me? All of these collabs that's coming out, it's like Band-Aid or silver tape on internal bleeding. That's the way I see it. And they think talent don't matter. They think that we don't matter.
Talent does matter.
Everything because they see the FaZe
Don't
logo
lie.
as the Nike logo.
Don't lie.
And they can just do whatever they want. But there's no depth to it. There's no substance there. There's nothing behind that FaZe logo backing it. There's no culture anymore. That's what these people don't understand.
But it wasn't only Tico that was coming out and exposing FaZe. As for the past couple years, FaZe Rain has been trying to expose FaZe Clan as a business, not the people, for stealing the organization from them.
I remember someone brings in like a money guy.
Y'all remember how they recruited that one girl and she was an actor from and she wasn't even like a main actor in Stranger Things or something like that.
He wasn't even a money guy. He was a finesse guy who told him, oh, I know guys from here. I can help you guys do his structure, this, that. But he's just a pathological liar who, I genuinely believe has, a real mental illness. He really can't stop lying, bro. It's insane.
So, but he must have got in with money, though.
He brought in a guy who he said he knew since he was a kid, who was, royalty in Norway. And then he invested a lot of money. And that's why, he still has what he has. But That guy ended up stealing all the money, essentially.
Wow.
The other guy.
Oh yeah, had his wife on salary, allegedly, by the way, for $600,000 a month for his wife. A lot of them, like, we have
$600,000 for his wife. That is
a
insane.
glorified middleman who got more shares than like Alex and Rugg combined. Like, why? How do you come into the company and be a glorified middleman? All he does is pass information for Lee, and he gets more shares than Alex and
Wow.
Rugg. How?
Yeah.
In what world? Why do these boomers just to walk
Wow.
in and take more shares than the dudes that built it? And let's just be realistic about who's more valuable. Like, who can be replaceable? We could swap them out every day and nobody would notice. We can't swap out Alex and Rugg every day and nobody would. That's not how it works.
No, I
They're the
know.
ones with the leverage, but the way that they did is they came in, set up their flag, started bringing people in.
So throughout this video, all those
Wow.
investors I've been mentioning, more specifically the old CEO Lee Trink, have basically been slowly trying to take over Faze. Think about it.
Wow.
They came in 2015 when they were all kids, promising to give them investments so they can make it big. But fast forward a couple years and the founding members have been isolated from the company and replaced by a bunch
Insanity.
of granddad executives. It now makes so much sense why Faze over the years lost so much of its identity and became such sellouts. All these deals with Porsche, Nike and other big brands, most of the Faze members didn't even know this stuff was being signed until they saw it on their timelines. Faze was literally taken from the youth.
But also, like, our old CEO kind of got in between us also. He, like, kind of turned us all against each other. He was really,
Wow.
really full-blown manipulator. Like, come to me, Bank said this about you, Apex said this about you, but you're this, and then you'd go to Banks and Norton said this about you, and Apex said this about you.
Jesus
but
Christ.
He's a
Wow.
monster. He's an absolute monster. That's
You
all I'm
guys
saying.
all agree to that.
Unanimously. There's not a single human in Faze that would ever say he is anything less than a monster.
The corporate
Wow.
Faze people would even try to put out a tweet trying to calm the storm. We know that for too long we haven't been the Faze we need to be, but we're working hard towards fixing that. We hope to have all the OGs sit down together soon, and we don't want to do that without everyone. We'll do everything in our power to work this out
Wow.
and not let
Wow.
you down. But it would backfire on them, as Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTuber in the world, would state, they should be the people in charge. When I visited, not a single person I met had any idea how to make a good piece of content. So even Mr. Beast knows that the people currently in charge have no idea what they are doing and are slowly killing Faze. Rain would even expose how Faze are barely making any money from their esports roster.
Ready? Let's start. CSGO revenue 514.
Oh,
Cost
shit.
of goods and services 576.
God
Negative
damn.
15. But we would keep CSGO because, like, it's CSGO. You gotta keep CSGO. Halo Infinite revenue
Okay.
108. Cost of goods 190.
Damn.
For a negative 86. PUBG Mobile revenue 125. Cost of goods 37K.
Not
That's
bad.
great. PUBG Mobile makes 87K a month. I think that's like the only winner here. Rocket League 87K, but we spend 123. Rainbow Six we make 80K, but we spend 124.
Damn.
Negative 40. COD we spend 6K because Atlanta Phase covers it. PUBG, god damn, what the hell's going on in PUBG? PUBG we spend 85K a month, but only make 4K.
Wow. Wow.
That's crazy. Negative 82 with that. Bro, and this is the crazy part. For Super Smash Bros, Valorant, Apex Legends, Valorant Female, FIFA Online, Fortnite, R1, The Flank, and
Valorant
FIFA,
Female?
$0. Okay,
What the fuck?
224K, 37K,
Oh my god.
94K,
Oh my god.
21K, 48K.
Why Valorant women? What the fuck? Why is this? That, yo, this loss of money.
And 1K. And that
Oh
is a
my
month.
god.
This is every month. We are negative $700,000 a month on esports. And they made that guy president.
So after Rain
Oh
and
my
Tico
God.
protested the direction
That
Faze
much
were
money?
heading in, it was time for a revolution and for the OGs to take back their Faze. In the October of 2023, GameSquare would officially close its deal to acquire FaZe Clan, with the deal worth approximately $15.75 million that would see FaZe Clan delisted from the public stock exchange, with GameSquare's main goal being steadying the ship at FaZe Clan as it reported losses over $50 million in 2022.
shit.
So just in the span of about a year, FaZe went from being valued at $1 billion to being sold for $17 million. The
Damn.
truth was, it was a massive failure, which was predominantly due to the old heads in the company thinking
The
they
old
could just
heads really
dump
fucked
money and
everything
do a
up.
bunch of brand deals to grow
Holy
FaZe beyond the
shit.
small esports world they resided in,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
not possible. As part of a renewed focus on the brand, this deal returns FaZe to its founders.
Okay.
FaZe Banks, FaZe Temper and FaZe Apex were appointed to lead the brand moving forwards, where for the rest of 2023 they will try to restore FaZe to its roots by doing lots of damage control. Now fast forward to the April of 2024, FaZe was about to be reborn. The official FaZe Twitter account would tweet out Control
Yep, I remember
Alt
this.
Delete, which is a key combination that reboots a computer, which suggested FaZe Clan was going to be restarted. In this tweet, they also attached a video with a bunch of animated code, in which they announced that they are removing a large portion of their FaZe roster and only keeping a handful of members, whilst also leaving a couple spaces for new signees. Which made sense, as just a couple weeks prior to this, Banks would state on the podcast how he completely wants to cut down on the FaZe members.
We're cutting all kinds of people.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
we're cutting the roster down significantly. We had something like 140 employees this time last year. I think we have 30 right now. I want to cut that down even further to like 10.
And unfortunately, even the man that started this revolution, FaZe Rain, announced that he himself will also be leaving FaZe, as it is still 51% corporate owned, and he does not want to get involved in that due to what happened in the past, and with his fear that they will stab him in the back again. Just 2 days after the Control-Alt-Delete tweet, FaZe would start slowly announcing its new signees, which was a handful of new promising streamers. First, they would announce Blackboy Max, a 20-year-old streamer from New Jersey.
Yo, they using streamers. Yo, what clip are they using?
First, they would announce Blackboy Max, a 20-year-old streamer.
Yo, Max. Yo, why are they using this clip against you? Yo, oh my god. You twinning with her. Max, what the fuck is this? Gyat? Oh my Gyat. Check Twitter. Yo, bro. His shit, why is shit looking juicy?
Who blew up originally from music reactions. He now streams himself hosting Discord events, recording music or reactions to random things on the internet, where a lot of the time he will get his diehard community 5-star involved, whether it be in e-dates, pack battles, or getting them to send in things to react to. The day after Max's announcement, Silky would be introduced as the next FaZe member, who began his career streaming himself playing NBA 2K, but ended up pivoting in just chatting streams, which would mean he was doing reaction videos or e-dates on Discord. The next member to join would be Lacey, who is one of the fastest growing streamers in recent times, coming from a background of competitive Fortnite and being renowned for doing streams of clicks, however started delving into more personality and just chatting content. For example, doing a stream for 14 days straight where he shaved every follicle of hair on his face,
oh my
in recent times has been doing more IRL content such as dates or a 24-hour stream, but in recent times has been doing more IRL content such as dates or a 24-hour stream with clicks. Then the final member of FaZe to be introduced is Jason the Ween, who started out doing extremely cringe TikTok videos.
I remember seeing him. This nigga was going crazy. I remember when he was on Twitter. His videos going crazy on Twitter, bro. That's how I saw this nigga.
Which then led him to take up streaming, where he carried on the cringe personality, but now doing e-dates. Now those were the fresh members of FaZe, but we mustn't forget about Your Rage and Ronaldo. Now even though these two were announced prior to the new FaZe clan, they were kept on the roster as they are still at the forefront of the streaming world. He'll be playing a big part in the future of FaZe, especially Your Rage, who was given a higher power role where it was stated in his joining statement that Your Rage will also recruit creators that identify with his audience and excite FaZe's core community to further build a collective aimed to inspire the next generation. And another member that I cannot forget to mention is FaZe Kason, who again played a big part in his rebrand of FaZe due to his connections in the streaming world. Now at first, this new FaZe got a lot of hate.
You dropped the roster, bud. I think you also dropped the ball. As a longtime FaZe clan supporter, I understand the idea of wanting to bring back the old times, but kicking the old players from the team seems a little counterproductive to what you're...
Okay, in my opinion, I would say kicking the old... It depends on which old players you kick. If they're like the super OGs, I would keep them just to keep them, but the rest, I would kick them all out. Only like a few OGs, like, you know what I'm saying, like... But like I understand why they did that. They had to like get something new, like eventually bring back the OGs back eventually down the line. But right now, I think they're doing a pretty good job for sure. But if I low-key wouldn't kick, for me, I wouldn't kick OGs who have been there at least 9 years, 8 years plus. I wouldn't kick them.
Now a lot of fans have this opinion, but the truth is FaZe had to innovate. Many of the OG members are now 30 years old and our families all are into other ventures.
That's true.
And with streaming now being
now saying that 30 and kids, okay, I understand that now. Like
content creation on the internet, it was smart from FaZe to recruit a group of people just like AMP or Sidemen, who can grow a strong bond between themselves and work together slowly to become some of the biggest streamers in the world. I mean, they kind of already are.
They're going crazy.
As when they're all live, they pull extremely good numbers, which will only continue to grow. FaZe Banks would even clap back to everyone hating on the new FaZe. Who remembers 2 months ago when everyone was spamming me, "Who the F are these people? You're ruining FaZe, you're an idiot." Do you guys miss the non-stop revolving door of brand deals and disingenuous merch drops? Do you guys miss the version of FaZe when we're all depressed and corporate bozos are extracting the maximum amount of money they can from us, and you? Sorry, but honestly, F the old FaZe. With all due respect, we aren't doing shit for other people anymore, we're doing it for ourselves. What we think is fun, what we think is cool. Been proving people wrong my entire career, this will be no different. With love, always. This group already have their own Faze House in Miami, where they will of course do their own stuff, but majority of the time will always join in together and will often do huge IRL streams. For example, all of them right now have headed to Japan. The new FaZe is operating under the @FaZe YouTube channel with their blue reboot branding, where they're already pulling extremely impressive numbers. I think something that is important to mention is that none of these guys are signed to contracts or have any financial incentive to be in FaZe. This new FaZe is just a group of friends making content.
It's pure. It's way more pure. Just like it's way more pure than other niggas who were getting like monthly salaries and some crazy shit
back in 2015. So that is the rise, fall, and rise again of FaZe Clan.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
W video. I'm not gonna lie, this is a great video. Great video. Yo, FaZe Clan is on the come up, bro. Make sure I like, comment, and subscribe, bro. I'ma holla at y'all niggas.